Hello, Professor Bright here. Welcome back to House of Many Doors, where last episode we found this lovely place and started exploring the haunted Zavadalfari, which we were told to find out if it's haunted. Turns out it is! It most definitely is, but we can't tell the mayor that, at least not right now. Still, all is well. Sort of. We've fully recovered here, got ourselves a bunch of fuel, and got our sanity back, which is really surprising to me. So, we get to continue this journey, which is going to be heading east to get our Optivore Hawk and a key with Sandy. We also found a key last episode, which I'm curious how we'll use. Haven't seen a locked door in a long while. Kinda tempted to just go north and see if we can't find more, but let's try to be productive. Extra productive, I should say. Profit is, after all, kind of important, especially if we want to get better weapons with which to kill the governor's men later. But that's another matter entirely, isn't it? We have business to attend to, and that business requires that we get... What the hell? I need to know. Haunted wagon. No reply on the radio. What? I guess leave. It drifts on silently. What? I mean, bye, but... What? Like... Should I just... Oh, fuck that. I mean, I want to know, and I did just save last episode, so what the heck. Thank you for that sound effect. Wonderful. The discarded, quivering lumps of eyes and flesh and mismatched limbs. Perhaps once human, perhaps once beast. Now they are cast-offs from the grotesquerie, hideous and angry and ashamed. Well, you try to chat to the discarded on the radio, but they just scream and wail. Good. Perhaps they want to kill you, perhaps they want to die. Let's, hope for one and not the other. Good news, nobody here in their, weapon room. So if I focus all my fire on that... Wait, I don't have anyone in the weapon bay? Oh, okay. Really, I don't have anyone in that one either. Nicholas, do me a favor, get over there. And, you. Not actually where I wanted you to go, but that works too. Now I want you to go here. There we go. I mean, if you guys are just gonna stay there, I got no problem doing this. Junior engineer, whoever you are, go in there. Alright, I mean, I'm cool with this. You got a lot of, guys who might be a problem for me, so I'm just gonna leave this be. In fact, I'm gonna let that fire kill you if I can. It doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Oh well. Oh, hi, hideous biomass. I'ma just, fire a bit. There we go. See how that treats you. Good news, we're not dead yet. Well, it seems like this will be easy to farm. At the very least. If that even becomes a thing I want to do. The flesh wagon screams and gurgles in pain, thrashing, pustules bursting, disgorging a horde of wounded and dead discarded onto the floor like vomit. Finally, and without dignity, it dies. Beautiful. You live to fight again. The flesh wagon sits on the floor, a quivering, tumorous mound. It groans and sobs and farts as you pull it apart for scraps. Digging through the quivering flesh, you discover nothing but animal bones and strips of dried meat. I got bestial remnants. Well, I don't know why I expected anything else, so let's keep going. Let's see what's over that way. And apparently you're a relatively common enemy, so I need to know. What? Fool Knights, warriors from the Harlequin, built in the grotesquerie, their armor as much a part of them as their arms or legs. Decaying clown faces laugh and scream inside rusting helmets that will never come off. Why are they attacking you? Who knows? In Harlequin, madness is valued more in a warrior than mere bravery. Interesting. Part of the Chimeric Empire, looks like. I'll defend ourselves again. You might be more of a problem than usual, but we'll make it work. Attempt to make it work. Bradley, get in there. And you... Wait, didn't I have just an unnamed junior engineer? Oh well. Tell you what, you are gonna go there. And you got a bunch of guards, so I'm just not gonna bother with that. Focus fire on that. See where that takes us? Okay, you're gonna be fine there. Possibly. Possibly won't be, but, well. Let's just destroy that single weapon. Hopefully. Oh shoot. Get out of there. Could have been worse. Not sure how, but I'm sure it could have been. So, yeah, you guys don't have any... Tell you what we do. We're gonna retreat. Haha! Yeah, we're just not gonna deal with that. Hand of Glory. Doesn't seem to have helped us. Oh, right, because I hit the wrong button there. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh dear. Yeah, Ribbon still wants to talk, but that's fine, that's whatever. Moving along. Really need to get better weapons, or just get better at shooting them, but that's a matter for the future. What are you? Do you have anything new for me? Another... Oh great, the marching music's back. But yeah, it's another dilapidated church, another sinuous thing in the rafters. Let's see about getting ourselves this Optivore Hawk. You know what, you actually might be worth it just because you can be an instant kill. Oh, cheery smugglers! Huh. The radio buzzes into a chirpy life. Hey up, chum, it says we're just, running a quick and dirty little operation on behalf of the Tenpenny Man. Don't mind us and we won't mind you. Unless you fancy buying something they don't sell in shops. Let's see what they got to sell. Ooh, dragon spice. The captain has a broad, friendly face, notched by a half-dozen scars. Looks intimidated, don't it? He says merrily. Didn't get this from smuggling, though. Relic of my army days. He has a couple crates of dragon spice he can sell on the cheap. Fell off the back of a blimp, he claims. Did it now. I'll take 2, what the heck, why not? And I would, but... Nah, I decided against it. Oh, we're definitely near Harlequin, are you sure? Were the Harlequins a, indicator of that? Well, might as well see what their deal is. Who knows, I might be able to get myself a hideous revelation this way. Delightful. A desperate bureaucrat with a tattooed white face greets you at the station. He's backed by a couple of looming thugs, their faces split by unnatural grins that reach below their ears. The thugs are holding slapsticks, heavy truncheons topped by outstretched rubber hands. Can I see your papers, please? Asked the little man. No entry without papers. One of the grinning thugs cracks him across the head with his slapstick. The bureaucrat wheezes, then begins to caper and dance. He repeats his question in a sing-song falsetto, blood blossoming on cracked pale skin. Huh. Bribe the grinning guards. Can you make us laugh, he asks you. We have fun here. I see. Oh, delightful. A city of fools and gestures. A city of fools and jesters. But nothing about Harlequin is amusing. Most of the citizens live outside the city walls in vast tent slums, ragged and bright and teeming with disease. Yeah, this might not be a bad idea. Repair the hull. 16 raucous clowns pile into your Kinetopede, waving wrenches and blowtorches with a gleeful lack of regard for each other's lives. This is a good choice we're making. Wonderful. I'm surprised that worked out. Anyway, gather news. The Tonois, of course, are useless for anything but propaganda and punning. You'll need to speak to the beggars who won't be willing to talk for free. Fair enough. Another season of spectacles and games announced at the Painted Queen's Pasquinade Palace. Humorists have been accused of kidnapping innocent citizens for grotesquerie experiments. The Ragged Emperor has ordered a Harlequin curfew, though this is largely ignored. Well, Harlequin reeks of desperation, you say. Well, an audience with the Painted Queen. The Pasquinade Palace is hosting one of its games. You may petition the Queen if you wish, but try not to bore her. The Pasquinade Palace is a rippling circus tent, enormous and colorful. White-faced citizens crowd the stands. Grinning guards patrol the perimeter with slapsticks, giving a solid whack to anyone not laughing. The Painted Queen sits above all on a high chair, sweeping the crowd with heavy-lidded eyes. Occasionally she will crack a smile, revealing filed teeth. Today's performance is a reenactment of the Queen overthrowing her predecessor, the Fool King, with help from Chimer. The King, here portrayed as a pathetic clown whose nose honks sadly when he's punched, is launched from a cannon to the cheers and laughter of the crowd. The real King ended up spread thinly across the side of a building. Thankfully, this one lands on a trampoline. When the show is over, the Queen calls for petitioners to come forward. Perhaps we should watch this unfold from a distance. Wouldn't be the worst of plans. Someone thanks the Queen for all her good works. It's not much of a petition, but it earns applause from the crowd. Someone asks that she hold further grander games. A third demands she ease the poverty and starvation in the tent slums. He's dragged away by grinning guards. Once it's over, the Queen yawns. A group of enormous, grotesquely altered mutants bear her backstage in a palanquin. In her absence, the crowd's laughter dies instantly. Someone sobs. The pale-faced masses shuffle from the tent. They're utterly silent. Most of all, they seem tired. Violence in the tent slums. You hear gunfire and screams that could be laughter. 2 ragged men lie bullet-ridden in the gutter, their painted white faces stark against the grime. A third is still clinging to life, trying to light the cigarette between his lips with a twitching empty fist. The lighter lies just out of his reach, half submerged in blood. Lighted cigarette for him. He draws in the smoke and groans appreciatively. You stay with him until he's gone. Towards the end, he clutches at your hand. He slumps. Another grisly scene for the Harlequin guards to clean up. Yeah, let's leave this place. Chat with Waif just for the extra sanity. But, yeah, I'm not okay with this place existing. The Optivore Hawk, the Optivore Hawk. East. Ugh. Not a fan of that place. Nor its ruler. Ugh. I mean, you're probably easy to kill, but I just don't want to deal with you right now. Just in case that was a bugged flesh beast that I dealt with. Just in case. Although I wonder... Well, you know, before I do anything else, who's the one for spirit? You. Hi. A feast, we're gonna boost our spirit as much as we can. That's another one of our weaknesses. Pity she can't do anything about insight, though. Not surprising, mind you. She's kind of terrible, but... Well, that's fine. Buzzard's Omen. Oh. Bunch of fortune tellers, I take it. Buzzard's Omen, a sticky-floored town built of brick and neon and asbestos. There's a cold damp to the air that sticks in your lungs. There's a patchwork guard at the station, but he waves you along without checking your papers. Everywhere you look, you see the Ragged Emperor's face, staring down from billboards and posters and statues. Well, let's help Otto catch an Optivore hawk. Requires one enchanted gimmick, and we've got one. The Optivore hawk, expounds Otto with great enthusiasm, also known as the Eyebird, the Soothpiper, the Auspicious Buzzard. It used to be found all over the house, but the Gravidonites hunted it almost to extinction. He's ground your enchanted gimmick down to a sparkling dust, which he scatters at his feet. Oh, before I forget, he says, handing you a pair of the thick welder's goggles. Yeah, I think we're gonna wear the goggles, because the Eye-Bird, Optivore, meaning eye-eating. Yeah, goggles sound good. You fasten the goggles tightly over your face. Otto pulls a strange lumping contraption from his bag, something between an accordion and heavy-duty mining equipment. This is a tripsichord, says Otto, unfolding the contraption to reveal ivory keys, brass pipes, and a trio of wobbly legs. It can attract birds of every variety if you play it right. I'm hoping it will prove irresistible alongside the occult bait. He begins to play what you can only describe as ascended bird song, a chirruping performed on brass and ivory and string. Keep an eye out. Given what these things are going to do, that's, not the phrasing I would use. Delightful. Buzzard's Omen. Otto performs his strange chirping melody for hours. Just as he looks ready to give up, you raise a hand and motion him to keep playing. Far above, a shadow is detached from the wall. The Optivore hawk swoops down, its beak is a scythe, its wingspan fearsome, but strangest are its eyes, or lack thereof. Twin ragged sockets. Dark and red, empty. The blind bird perches craggily on the tripsichord. I mean, both of these seem like stupid plans, but try to sneak up on it? You whip a leather sack over the bird's head before it can so much as screech. Otto immediately stops playing and helps you wrestle the squawking, flapping monster back to the Kinetopede. Excellent work, booms Otto, shoving the Optivore hawk into its iron cage. Nasty things, these. Pluck an eye out of your head as soon as they look at you. Not that I was worried. Good. Return to the Kinetopede. Let's gather ourselves some news, huh? Buzzard's Omen has exactly one newspaper, which offers only obscene pictures and propaganda. You have to try all the bars. Murders and debauchery and half-hearted foretellings of doom. The news in Buzzard's Omen is always lurid and shallow. Neon-soaked doomsayers, the lot of them. Fair enough. Let's wander these streets first. Every building is screaming for your attention, yet everyone looks the same as the last. You wander down the crooked alleyways of the Omen, neon signs flickering and hissing above your head. The most run-down signs are advertising fortune tellers. The scry guy, simply divine, veils and entrails, invest in futures, etc. The larger, better-lit establishments are mostly bars or casinos. Interesting idea. Let's visit us a casino. A little gambling never bankrupted anyone, right? Wrong. Completely wrong. But, yeah, let's go with that. The casino is full of blinking lights and clanging bells and tired people throwing chips onto tables with all the enthusiasm of an accountant filing paperwork. One of the roulette tables is free. As you approach it, you notice that a bedraggled old man has followed you into the casino from the street outside. He grins up at you, hopefully, revealing a crowded set of yellow teeth. I'm a fortune teller, he whispers, handing you a business card. We're banned from casinos, so keep quiet about it. Listen, you need to bet on red, alright? I saw it in the dancing of candle smoke. Yeah, what the heck? 10G on red. If you win, You'll get a 20 guinea return. Right it is, announces the concierge, sweeping your chips towards you. The fortune teller whoops with delight. You've got to give me half, mate, pleads the fortune teller. A quarter at least. Come on, I helped you win, didn't I? Yeah. What the heck? He did you proud. Thank you, says the fortune teller, piling your coins into the pocket of his robes. He glances around guiltily. I'd better get out of here before casino management sees me. Alright, return to the Kinetopede. The magnificent Leonard is already scuttling away, jingling with every step. As you say. Still chatting with Waif because she's incredibly useful. Oh, and the shops. The shops. We do have shops. The Septuagint sell grubby things in a grubby town. That's why they're so wealthy. Oof. Ooh. That, like, physically hurts. Oof. Didn't see these bargains coming. I like it. Supplies for the modern diviner. The neon sign sizzles and smells faintly of smoke. Salt. Did I have use for salt? I feel like I did. But I don't remember for sure. But I feel like I did. Although that would be most if not all of my guineas, so perhaps not. Don't really need the blinding hooch, truth be told, but... Well. We are headed east, to the Ragged Emperor's Nest? Question mark? Not really, I'm just going after this key with Sandy. Yeah. We'll see how that turns out. Goodbye, flesh beast. Aww. That's adorable. Oh, what? We're definitely near Chimer now. Love you, Sandy. You're just the best investment I ever made. Moving along. Speaking of which, I think it was spirit that I needed in order to... Oh, hi. Huh. Well. First things first. A feast. Otto is convinced that a giant banquet will lift everyone's mood. He begins saving up the ingredients. And we will spend ourselves... Oh. Huh. Huh. Don't think I actually paid attention to this, did I? Otto gathers everyone in the kitchen, apparently determined to make the cooking a group effort. Augustus and Zhang Basho work together baking a cake for dessert. Sandy is working with Otto to cook the turkey, while Nicholas keeps track of time. Tybalt proves phenomenally adept at cutting vegetables. Bradley is laying out the table and arranging seating. Dr. Delgado watches proceedings with an air of profound skepticism. The feast, of course, is a rousing success. You eat well and drink well into the night, and the darkness has never seemed further at bay. Otto winks. He seems immensely satisfied with himself. Interesting. But no, the one I'd been more interested in. Otto's been holed up in the cargo with his animals for days. You should probably check on him. Oh, hello, Brian Bright, says Otto brightly. He sits cross-legged, writing notes in the midst of his menagerie. I've made some truly fascinating observations so far, he says. Alas, the Kinetopede is proving restrictive. Can you take me to my home in the city of Keys? I can finish my observations there. Otto cleans his pince-nez spectacles and smiles. You know, he says, I really have made some excellent progress here. Can do, buddy. Can do. We're probably headed back there as soon as we finish up with Sandy, really. Although I could make an argument for just going down to Aldabrathat and finishing off Bradley, too. We'll see. Chimer, the maze city, apparently. Ooh. Patchwork soldiers meet you at the station. Grim-faced, the ones that have faces. Out, squawks a man who's mostly parrot. Mandatory stop and search. Blinding hooch. Why not? What is this? He takes his sniff and recoils in alarm. Bach, well worth a try. An ancient maze of weaving stone walls and copper statues and ziggurats. Great bronze bells toll the hour every hour. Deep in the center of the labyrinth city, the Ragged Emperor rules from a sprawling complex of gardens and mansions. Interesting. Oh, first of all, want to gather myself some news. The faces of the city pass rumors to each other in whispers. Hopefully the message hasn't been too mangled. The latest attempt to map the city ended in disaster. The Ragged Emperor has embarked on another vicious cull of his highest-level advisors. Well, Chimer abides. Let's explore this maze city first. You'll need a compass, a candle, and a pistol with a single bullet in the chamber. Why? Oh. Chimer fights bitterly against the patchwork men who currently occupy it, but it seems to tolerate your presence. You have to duck a swinging blade and dodge a poison dart, but otherwise you're allowed to meander in peace. You stumble across a patchwork soldier less fortunate than you. He lies blood-sodden at the bottom of a spiked ring pit, occasionally raising his goose head into the air and honking disconsolately. Ask the stone faces for guidance. What is Chimer's will? Abandon the usurper, hisses the stone faces. Let him bleed, our vengeance is not yet complete. Yeah, I don't think I want to piss off the city. Okay, so clearly someone's taken over this city, and the city's stone faces don't like that. That's interesting. Leave him to his suffering. Nothing to be done. I'll just, leave that be for now. Let's see about this court of the Ragged Emperor, though. Patchwork soldiers guard the doors of the palace, but they'll let you pass without bothering to check your credentials. Perhaps you can compete for the Emperor's favor? Huh. As you walk through the court, you're surrounded by opulence. Marble statues, clear blue fountains, glittering lights. A butler serves drinks from the hollowed skeleton of a dragon. The spectacle is marred only by the patchwork nobility themselves. A narwhal-headed man is in a bellowing argument with a six-limbed deer woman over whether a baron outranks a duchess. A crab-shaped earl scuttles past, snatching a knape from your hands and gobbling it down without gratitude. The Emperor is nowhere to be seen. Well, for what it's worth, attempt to find him. The Ragged Emperor would be a useful man to get to know. You wander up and down the palace's twisting corridors and stumble upon a search party of patchwork men coming in the other direction. They seem to also be searching desperately for the Emperor. Stupid bastards nowhere to be found when we actually want to, grumbles one before being immediately shushed. Leave the court, a waste of time. I suppose there's no avoiding this now. This way to the key, says Sandy, dashing away. She insists you come alone. She leads you down side streets and alleys, past whispering stone faces, beneath tolling bronze bells, round and round past the same landmarks again and again. Finally, you end up outside the Ragged Emperor's court. Ah, Miss Brackett, says the patchwork guard. He has the head of an elephant and 4 gorilla arms. You're just in time for the banquet. Is this your +1? She grabs your arm and smiles up at you fondly. Oh yes, she says before you can open your mouth. Come along, beloved. And you walk together into the light and warmth and song of an emperor's feast, under the guard's watchful eye. The tables are hundreds of feet long, draped in fine white silks clustered with golden plates and silver cutlery, and dripping red candles. The cuisine is from Gandola and Caloram and Carapace, mountains of glistening fruit, fountains of chocolate and wine. Patchwork generals and dignitaries sit at the tables, shoveling food down their partially human gullets. Patchwork dancers gyrate on the tables, repulsive and alluring. I told you I'd make it up to you, says Sandy. A meal for a meal, free food at the Emperor's expense. You ask about the key and she shrugs. Maybe we will find a key, I don't know. Now come along and enjoy the grub, it's on me. Yeah, you don't know how Sandy got access to this place, anything could happen. Yeah, I don't trust this. Eat nothing, remain vigilant. Okay. Sandy grabs your hand and walks through the banquet hall. She keeps walking and walking until you reach where the Ragged Emperor himself sits. Tattered and stinking, he gazes down at you with a mad, gimlet eyes. Sandy climbs the steps and sits right down next to him. He slurps at his cabbage soup messily, not acknowledging her. Asking questions in the Emperor's presence would be a bad idea. You sit at her side and pick just enough at your food to avoid rudeness, but your eyes flicker back and forth, taking in everything around you. Finally, the Emperor looks up from his glutinous soup and scowls in your direction. So how do you know Sandy? I don't know what I should do. You're her Kinetopede captain? I don't know if she's is she with this guy? I don't know. She introduced us as her beloved, though, so I guess lying to the Emperor might not be the worst idea, but you're her Kinetopede captain, I suppose. Answer carefully. The Emperor is paranoid and his punishment's always inventive. The Emperor grunts, his eyes flickering away from you with disinterest. Sandy, come with me, let's have a talk. Alone. He stands up, he's so hunched that standing barely improves his height at all, and shuffles into the shadows behind his throne. Sandy glances at you, looking a little scared, and follows him. One of the patchworks sits heavily beside you, a patchwork general, his broad chest glimmering with medals. He would look like the kind of respectable Scythian army officer often seen at high society drinks, if not for his iguana head and serpentine arm. You and your red-headed friend may have the Emperor fooled, he hisses, but I know better. She's no governor's man, and she's not willing to defect either. Can't believe the Emperor is actually countenancing this rubbish. Oh? Yes, question. How did they meet in the first place? The iguana head flicks its tongue across its eyes in irritation. A year ago, she just turned up, slipped past the guards, and was in the Emperor's presence before we could stop her. If she'd been an assassin. But instead, she insisted she was a governor's man, come to sell all the governor's secrets. A hiss from the snake arm. And for some unknowable reason, the Emperor believed her. Since then, she's come back every few months, always with more outlandish secrets to sell. I mean, do I want to risk this? No, but we're doing it. Convince him that you and Sandy really are both governor's men. Ooh. You smoothly explain to the general exactly how and why the governor came to employ you and Sandy, and why you both decided to defect. It's a far more believable, consistent lie than any you've ever heard Sandy come up with, and the iguana head's scowl turns slowly into a look of dawning comprehension. To think I doubted our Emperor, he says. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time he's... but I say too much. He bows to you and backs away. The Emperor and Sandy return from their secret conversation. The Emperor stands behind you, rests his gnarled old fingers on your shoulders. He can smell the cabbage on his breath. Sandy tells me you're quite an accomplished agent. Is this true? Yes? The Emperor squeezes your shoulders. There's iron strength there. We'll bring down the perfidious governor together, you and I, and quell the troublemakers within my own empire. The hand squeezes harder still, then release. You can feel your skin bruising. From now on, he says, come to my palace to receive your assignments. You'll be generously rewarded. He sits and resumes slurping his cabbage soup silently. An hour later, the feast ends. The Emperor stands to return to his bedchambers, and instantly the patchworks around you fall over themselves to start tidying up. Well then! To the Kinetopede. What larks, eh? Says Sandy cheerfully, fixing up her hair. The Emperor is such a generous fellow. I'm his secret daughter, you know. Him and the Lady of Blades had an affair, and I was the result. By the way, I stole their spoons. She hands you a bundle of silver cutlery worth a small fortune. I don't know how to feel right now. I'm curious. Let's see what this is before we... The fuck? How did that work out? But... You know what? I'm not going to question it right now. The Emperor wishes to send you on a secret mission. The Ragged Emperor waves you irritably into his throne room. The walls are covered in enormous and lurid depictions of nudity, and dangling from the ceiling above is a glimmering chandelier the size of a grand piano. The Emperor himself sits completely naked, marinating in a tin bath filled with unpleasant-looking, but thankfully opaque, green liquid. You're the only one around here I can trust, says the Emperor, scowling balefully. I want you to go to Penachek and check up on Mayor Feverbeard. He hasn't been paying his taxes, damn him, and the last few agents I sent disappeared. I can do that. Concerns updated. Empire's overthrow. What? The Emperor nods absently. Good, good, he sinks down further in his bath. Go away. You return to find an anonymous note pinned to the side of your Kinetopede. Urgent attention, Brian Bright, it reads. The Emperor is madder by the day. Emperor is now V unstable, but still too stable to collapse. This must change. Encourage rebellion where you find it, and sow its seeds where you don't. This rotten Empire needs to fall if any of us are to be saved. You'll be rewarded. Signed, a cog in a broken machine. You screwed up before anyone can see. You know, I'm totally with them. Also, I'm just shocked that that worked out. We didn't get the key, and I'm probably going to have a long talk with Sandy after this, but it kind of worked out. Kind of worked out really well, actually. Which itself is very shocking. Don't get me wrong, I'm still kind of pissed off at her right now, at this exact moment, but I guess that makes up for it. The stunt she pulled the first time with the leaving us to pay for dinner and all, I guess. How the fuck did she pull this off? I don't... Sandy... I have several questions, but they're not going to be answered today. No. Those are all matters for the future. For now, thank you for your time. Note the like, comment, and subscribe buttons below. Use them responsibly. And I will see you all soon. Bye.